Welcome to the Middle Sisters, where we dive into the middle of everything. Our podcast is about our family, life, laughter, and sisterhood in midlife.
Yes.
What episode is it?
Number 14.
This is our 14th episode.
Whether you like it or not.
Yeah, being in the middle is where all the good stuff happens. But we are going to invite our oldest sister, Wendi, to come join us. We're going to talk a little bit about some childhood memories, some of our physical issues that we're going through, and some midlife moments.
And mental issues.
So we have physical and mental.
Well, physical affects mental and vice versa.
I
guess mental.
2 weeks ago today, I had carpal tunnel surgery on my left hand.
It looks a little rough.
It's a nice 2-inch, inch and a half scar on my hand, and almost like lower palm of my hand.
You need to keep that covered up still.
No, they said, like you can do whatever you want, and you can.
It looks like it can split open in any second.
No, he said it was good.
Well, that's good. Do you think it fixed it?
The thing is, they said it was a 5-minute surgery. I was going to drive myself home.
Yes.
I sit in this recliner in my triage area, and the doctor comes in. They're like, okay, we're just going to numb your hand, and then we'll put you into the surgery room. Well, he stuck this needle in the palm of my hand. It went as low as my wrist. I could feel it going back and forth a little bit.
Oh, gosh.
And so after he was done, he's standing there filling out some paperwork at the little tray table, and
he's fishing.
He's like, I said, am I supposed to be feeling a little woozy? And he goes, no. And I passed out.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out how to make this work.
Okay, well, I just, we're on right now. We're just talking about some things we've been going through. And
well, I needed help with trying to load this because I've tried all kinds of different things.
Okay.
So even through your email, you couldn't.
That's all right.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
And I clicked it, and then it says you have to create an account, and then I already put an account.
Okay, we'll just keep you on our phone then. So.
Okay.
And there was no way to call her through here on her phone, right?
No.
Because we
invited her.
I mean, it worked last time with her just on our phone speaker.
All right.
So we're just talking about carpal tunnel surgery.
I think you need to turn her up more, though.
And I did the surgery because you did it first, and you said, this is amazing. Yeah,
go ahead. Said it was simple.
Yeah.
Well, Wendi was put out, though. I was awake during it.
Well, I was totally general anesthesia because mine was 2 ligaments torn off of my outer wrist bone. It wasn't carpal tunnel because I had fallen down a mountain and fell all my body weight on my left hand.
That's right. She was climbing Camelback.
Well, that's totally different.
And fell. So you're put out. You had some different ligaments. Mine was like the nerve was cut and tied.
Yes. Okay, so since this is my podcast, I'm going to take over.
Well, hold on. Let Afton finish. Well, or we can come back to it.
No,
after.
We're good. Okay, go ahead, Wendi. The floor is yours.
Myself as the eldest sister of 6. I was born in 1968, July 30th, and then we had Robert, Afton, Mitzi, Jill, Debbie, as the sisters have said before. What I wanted to start out with is just saying that the most important thing to me in life, I have come to learn at 57 years old, is family and my children. And so we just want to share.
You're just now figuring. I'm sorry, you're just now figuring that out.
So no, I've known that for a long time, but It's just the older you get, the more and more you realize, hey, all these material things don't matter.
Right, it's our family dynamics, relationships.
But you went through some tough marriages, which, one didn't even want your kids around, right? So that was tough.
Right. That ended up in divorce. So I want to introduce who my children are. So I have a 35-and-a-half-year-old, Christine. Well, maybe I shouldn't say their names. I don't know.
You can. We do with our kids.
Okay. Just won't say their last name.
Yeah.
And then she actually has moved in with me now twice and lives here currently. Actually, she's moved in 3 times in the last 7 years. So she has a learning disability that is pretty severe. she had to do IEPs all through.
Okay, well, hold on.
Well, we're gonna just
I don't know if
protect
she was
them.
diagnosed with that.
I'm going to give a quick rundown. And so she knowingly talks about how things are so difficult for her to learn. But I was so proud of her that she got her CNA when she lived with us this last year. And so now she's working as a CNA. Emily, my second, is 32. She lives in Portland, Oregon. And she has done all kinds of things, from being a wilderness therapy coach, living in the wilderness for a week at a time, and then out and then back in for a week, and did that for 2.5 years with juveniles going through all kinds of crisis. And then she became a doula and a nanny, and she just loves helping people who are sick and also being a nanny.
And it's postpartum issues with women too. She's very supportive with that.
Well, she started her own company called For the Mother, and you can find it. It has dashes under it. It's by, her first name's Emily, and there's a pregnant woman. So she actually has this business where she goes in pre, during, and post pregnancy and teaches and then assists either a midwife or the doctor.
Well, how do you contact her? So people can.
For the Mother is her
For the
website.
Mother, okay.
All right. But hers is Emily because there's another woman with the same website. Anyway, so she's a real outdoorsy. They go to the ocean all the time. They go hiking. They're all the time doing fun.
And she lives in Oregon?
She lives in Portland, Oregon. And she has been over to Europe about 4 or 5 times. She loves to go over there and travel. Whereas this mother's never been to Europe yet. But anywho.
That'll be a trip we'll take with you. We'll do a sister's trip.
Nice someday. Yeah. Okay, so then Angie lives here in Utah also. She's my third. She's 30 years old. And she graduated from ASU in global logistics in the marketplace. She does chain supply for her uncle's orthodontic digital races.
It's a lab, isn't
business.
it? Yeah.
Yes, it's a lab. And so she lives just about 40 minutes south of me. And she is just very private and likes to hike up in the canyon also, and very outdoorsy. And then the youngest, my fourth, is Lindsay. She graduated from BYU last year. She is now teaching U.S. history and Old England history at American Heritage, a private high school in American Fork.
Wow, Old English history. That would be fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah, she loves Old England, the very, way back. And then, gets through to about the current day.
Yeah, history.
But anyway, and she just lives like 30 minutes from me. They're all within an hour, the younger two.
And you are in a third marriage with 4 stepchildren.
Yes.
So the oldest is what now? Expecting.
Lives, also south of us. She's my youngest. So Jared, my husband, his oldest is the same age as my youngest, and I'm 3 years older than Jared. I'm 57. He's 54. And his oldest, who went to high school with Lindsay and same church group with Lindsay.
So I didn't know that they were the same age and that they have that history.
Yes. Well, nice. Lindsay in church was the Young Women's president, and she asked Jessica to be the first counselor. And so when I was in Young Women's in the church, I was in there with them, and that's how I got to know Jessica and her younger sister, Jocelyn. So Jessica is, Lindsay, let's see, 20.
Well, Lindsay, and then Jocelyn, or Jessica, then Jocelyn, and then there's
Jocelyn. So I'm trying to figure out the ages. So yeah.
Well, you don't
Jessica's
need to worry about that. But then
Jocelyn is 24, and then Jared has twin boys. So only Jared's oldest lives here, south of us, also within an hour, and she's married, having her first baby, Jared's first grandbaby, and I don't have any yet. She's actually scheduled to deliver in December.
See, Sean and I have blended, our families, and so these grandkids that we have, they're our grandkids,
right?
Because
so your grandbaby.
You'll realize too once you're like changing diapers and babysitting, and it's like, both of us together are nurturing and loving and celebrating these children. So that's neat.
Exactly. Yeah, I think we've been taught to be too into bloodline, where it gets a little too much.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so many blended.
She feels the same way too.
That's nice.
She's glad that I'm here.
So it was a good move to move up to Utah, away from
out of Arizona.
Out of Arizona, where you don't have any children living here. So that works.
My sisters and parents are both back there in Mesa, all of you, but we all live next to each other for 28, I don't know, something years, and it was enough.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because Rob's going to end up in Wyoming. You're in Utah. Mom just told me last night that Dad was, what's wrong with my microphone? You're distracting me.
I can hear you.
Afton's always pointing at something, moving my microphone. It distracts me. I have
it's
ADHD
under your chin.
too.
Okay, I was just moving.
Okay, sorry. Anyway, what was I saying? Okay, so Mom was saying that Dad was saying he wants to go back up to Idaho and live.
Sure.
And Mom's like, it's too cold up there. But I'm like, well, you guys do have siblings up there still.
Yeah, but they all have their own
kids
lives.
are moving up there.
Yeah, but what are they going to afford? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
So, Wendi, tell us one of your childhood memories from Idaho.
This is the thing. It's hard for me to remember. Like, the siblings will all tell me things that I don't even remember because I was so hyperactive. Robert and I both had ADHD, but we didn't know it and were never diagnosed. We ran hard and fast with our friends. I was always gone with Amber. I won't say it. We don't want to say last names. She and I were always on our bikes going to everywhere. And then, so you guys were also very social, Afton and Mitzi. You guys always had your friends.
Oh, I remember being at my friend's house, my friend Julie, all the time.
Yeah, or we had friends over all the time.
Or other friends.
In our backyard. We had an acre yard.
It's like life was a party.
Yeah.
Yes. It was a fabulous, fabulous youth.
Yeah.
I always say it was like Disneyland because Mom and Dad just created just fun environment.
Yeah, and Mom didn't really have chores. Well, for us younger ones anyway.
No, I would come home from school and my bed would be made and then some cute little crocheted purse would be sitting on the pillow. I'm like, wow, Mother, when did you find time to do this for me?
I have a completely different memory, opposite memory. I was the one who...
Now, Mom will argue that you didn't help either.
Wait, hold on, listen. So, go ahead, because Mitzi said that you didn't. Mom said you didn't clean, but you didn't clean to her standard.
No, this is not. Okay, listen. From the time that I remember, I was in 3rd grade when Jill was born. This is when I started cleaning the kids' bathroom. So I was in 3rd grade, and I couldn't stand how everyone was making such a mess in that bathroom on Shamrock. And so I remember very distinctly that. When Dad, he first had an office next to that bathroom by the front door. And then he let me have that as the bedroom because me, Mitzi, and Afton, us 3 girls, were all in the same bed.
I do remember that. We slept in a king-size bed.
Oh.
Yeah. So then Dad took me shopping one day by myself and let me pick out my own bed. And I picked out a canopy that had that top on it, remember?
Yes.
Yeah, Ginger Creek house, right? Did you have it? So you got it before Ginger Creek?
Yeah, I got it at Shamrock. And so then he let me pick out the bedding and everything. And he said, here's one rule, Wendi, if you get this room. Because this was my office and I'm giving it up for you. And there's one rule. It has to always be clean, nothing on the floor, bed made every day. I said, yes, Dad, I will. every single day, that room was immaculate. I made my bed. And then I've always been OCD with cleaning. And I couldn't stand how the bathroom was. And because I was older, I was the one that always cleaned it. I wiped the mirror, I wiped the counters, the toothpaste out of the sink. And that's where I remember I started my cleaning.
Well, I think us four have that gene, right? Because I remember sharing a room with Afton and Afton telling me the same thing, like it trickled down. She's like, keep your clothes hung up and make your bed.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, yes, sir.
I learned that from Wendi.
But
yes, ma'am.
When it came to Jill and Debbie, they didn't follow suit. And I was just shocked. I was like,
I don't know. I think it's maybe because Dad left, maybe. I don't know. He wasn't there as much.
Well, I don't know because
maybe just different personality traits, right?
I guess. Because I listened to Afton. It wasn't the parents telling me that. It was Afton telling me, and that's how we did things.
But maybe Jill and Debbie just didn't want to listen to you. You're too bossy or something
Well, I think I think Jill's the speed bump, right? Like if it was just Debbie, I think she would have listened to me. But Jill was sort of like, I don't have to listen to anybody. I'm going to do whatever I want. And she did that with everybody. Huh?
Oh, yeah, Dad said he told them.
Dad told them too, and they didn't listen to Dad either.
Right.
Well, in Dad's second marriage, they did live there, and then Dad would say, you girls keep these rooms clean, and they didn't.
Yeah.
So that was a cause for contention with a stepmom. Because, me as a stepmom, I was like, you guys don't have all this stuff on the floor, and there should not be any food in the bedrooms. But that was how I raised my kids at a young age. So, just different parenting styles.
It does have a lot to do with your personality traits, too, because I just naturally... I mean, every day, my first thing I do after I make my bed, I have to come down and wipe the whole kitchen down. And the fridge has to be shined and the microwave.
Okay, so
I can start my day.
So going back to you guys had ADHD. I don't think I had that, but as a clinical counselor, like courses and watching all these videos, it's amazing how many videos there are about, are you late diagnosis, ADHD or autistic as an adult? And you're like, oh yeah, some of these ADHD or OCD traits kind of put us in a box, a category. But how was it living with other people having that kind of demand?
Well, my first husband, it was super hard. My second husband, I never had to say a word because he just was always clean and got after me for making sure everything was clean and my kids. And I constantly would tell my 4 girls to keep their rooms clean, but not one of them has my cleaning trait. Not one of them.
So like what Mitzi said, it is kind of a personality thing, whether you want to or not.
Yep.
And sometimes I think too, like even who you're married to or who you're with kind of rubs off on you that way too.
Well, and I think it's a cause for some of our divorces. I mean, I just felt like a cleaning lady the whole time because, didn't really had a partner that didn't really want to help.
Well, and it's if there's not cooperation and listening to each other and respecting that request, it eventually gets old.
So Wendi,
get worn down.
Back to Boise. You went to Joplin Elementary, right?
Yes.
And then you went to what junior high?
Wolf Scott Junior High, 7th, 8th, 9th. And then I went to Capitol High School, 10th, Air Academy High School in Colorado Springs, 11th, William Mitchell for 12th grade. So 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, I was at different schools every year of high school.
Yeah, was that so traumatic to be moving in your teen years?
Yes, because I'd really get close to my friends and then it was like, oh, we're moving again.
Tell us the story when Dad pulled you out of Capitol High School.
Oh, well, in Idaho, you get your first driver's license driving during the day at 14. And so I was crazy. 15 and a half, and Dad said, you can take the station wagon, but you cannot leave the school grounds. Don't go to lunch, don't go anywhere. Straight to school, straight back home.
Well, that's the whole point of taking the car, so you can take all your friends to lunch.
Yeah, see, I got the car. Let's go.
Right. So some girls were like, should we just go to McDonald's? What does it really matter? It's only like 15 minutes away. No, it's not a big deal. So I loaded, I don't know how many people in the station wagon. And we go to McDonald's, my favorite childhood place for the chicken nuggets with sweet and sour. And who walks in but Dad and Uncle Bob? And Dad just looks at me and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
So he didn't intervene. He just let you what?
Yeah, he was just like, we'll talk when you get home.
Yeah,
Like,
the fun lunch times where you could leave. I had a huge Suburban during that time
Mitzi.
and piled everybody in it and went to lunch.
Yeah.
And then I went to Saguaro where some of us couldn't.
You had a Honda then, didn't you?
Yeah, but I think
Honda
sophomores also couldn't leave campus. Oh, wait, no, I was a junior. Maybe it was only seniors that could leave campus. And I was like, what's this?
Yeah,
like, that's
Mountain
the best
View, we
part
left.
of school was leaving for lunch.
We would fly to Crazy Sub because the line at Crazy Sub would be so long.
Oh, that's so good. Ours was Barrow's Pizza at the mall.
Oh.
Well, at Saguaro, but ours was Taco Bell and Barrow's Pizza was too. But
okay, so you met your first husband in Colorado Springs. That was actually one of my favorite places to live was Colorado Springs. Not near
second year?
Yeah, the second year, not at Air
Avondale.
Academy, but I went to Fairmont Junior High.
Yeah.
Wendy
I was James Madison in grade school, I think. Call it Avondale. It was Avondale House.
So Wendy, you remember just being with all your friends? We had a party, or no, we came to Arizona for spring break because Dad and Mom wanted to move. And your future sister-in-law was watching the house, right? And she invited a few people over, and then a few more people, and then and it was a huge party that happened.
And trashed the house, and she was such a sweet, quiet girl back then, and so we were shocked. But it was this other guy, a friend also of Robert's,
Todd.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
Scroger
invited the people. So yeah, they slept in all the beds, beer cans everywhere. Boys got into Dad's Blazer, hot wired it, and then rammed into the garage door and dented it. Ruined the engine, I guess, of the Blazer.
Well, Rob would show his friends how to put a paper clip in to start it in the ignition. And then it stalled down the street. So then, it had to get towed back or something.
Gotcha. Well, okay, so we're in Arizona at Dad's brand new Arizona senior home, staying the night, and Dad walks into the bedroom I'm in. This is a 10-bed senior home that Dad used to build.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, Wendy? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, I am so mad. Did you know that Todd and Christy were having a party at our house in Colorado Springs? I said, no. Did you tell them they could ever have a party? No. And he's like, okay, well, there's serious problems because Dad's partner who ran Colorado Senior Homes drove by the house and he saw the Blazer down the street and he saw that there were beer cans all over the front yard.
And then every light in the house was on.
Yeah.
So what I remember is the following week at school, you and Rob had to tell everyone to come to the house on a certain night. And then Dad sat there with his yellow legal pad.
And they were all sat in a circle on a chair. And he had a real big time executive meeting. And then you had to have a piece of paper too and a pen. He got them all a paper. And he would say, write this down. Okay, write this down.
He's still doing that to all of us.
Yeah, and everyone that did something had to confess.
Well, do you know what I remember? I remember being annoyed because I felt like he, after his little acting like he's that mad, got real like funny and jovial about it. And I remember at that age being annoyed.
Because he's trying to be your friend?
See, I was annoyed growing up that there wasn't structure. I was very
Yeah.
annoyed and stressed because of the chaos that we lived in. So
Well, he
I
would-
felt like I was the only one.
He would verbalize that, like with Wendi cleaning her room and keeping it orderly.
Yeah.
But then when you have 6 children coming and going, you kind of like give up too.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, no, I just think it's bipolar. I think that he's undiagnosed bipolar. And so he would have these
I
real
think,
freakouts and act like he's got these rules and then completely switch it and be like, let's go party.
yeah,
So
I'm
it's
your best
confusing.
friend. Yes.
Yeah, I
that's
wanted
true.
to be friends with the kids.
Yeah.
So it didn't feel like we had parents.
Well, that was like with our younger siblings. He was trying to be like their party buddies, and that backfired.
So I want to go back to our stories though.
Yeah. So go ahead. So what happened? He's talking to everybody seriously, writing down, okay.
Let's go into another story.
And that was it with that story.
Okay.
Right. So, but my point is, nobody had to pay for anything or
They
reprimanded.
did. No, they did.
did.
Oh yeah, all
Who?
those children went back to their parents at their houses and said, "Okay, we have to pay for this garage door, or we have to."
Or he said they could work it off and come work at his job sites to work it off. And so some of them did that, and then some of them just paid the money.
Mm-hmm. So basically, it all got taken care of. Yeah. So he made everyone be responsible. Of course, Dad's not going to let anyone get off, like
Right.
fixing things. Okay. So what was another childhood memory you wanted to share?
Well, I remember when you and Robert were talking on his podcast about skiing.
Yes.
And you guys said, well, Wendi didn't come. I did ride the bus with you guys.
Did you have an annual pass, that season pass with us?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
Skiing. I don't know why you guys don't. Maybe I went off without you guys more. I don't know.
Well, I remember didn't you have a ski accident with your leg? Like, what, didn't you have a full leg cast?
Yeah, okay, so I didn't ever get taken to the doctor. So what happened was we go up the lift. I'm following Robert. He gets off the lift and goes left. And I didn't realize he's actually going, down the slower part to get to the
Like
right
black
area, the right run. But I thought he just went straight left. So I went straight left and start skiing. And I'm like, where is he? Where is he? And all of a sudden I'm going straight down. And then all of a sudden I'm flying through the air.
Oh.
It was just like a straight down drop.
Was it not even a run? Like you just went off the side of the mountain?
Yeah, you went off the side of where the ski lift is supposed to.
Because it was all snowing and white out. You couldn't see in front of you.
Oh.
And so there was no vision.
Yeah, I hated those ski days. You couldn't see. You could see your hand in front of you.
So then I'd land with my left leg bent in a weird backward bend. And I tried to get up and I couldn't move. It was so painful. So painful. I knew my knee was twisted or, ACL torn. Something was really bad. And so Robert went, I guess he's like, where is she? Where is she? So he went up the lift again. And somehow while he's on the lift, he saw me laying in this twisted mangled mess down from the lift. He's like, oh my gosh. So somehow he got skied down to me and ran over me.
So Rob you ran over
Oh, the stories Rob could tell about all of his sisters.
I know. He's like, what's wrong with you guys?
So he's like, what happened? I'm like, I can't move. I thought you went this way. He's like, no. He's laughing his head off. He's like, no, you're silly. You went down this. Oh my gosh. So then I couldn't get up. And so he skied down to Dad and got Dad. Dad somehow, I don't know if he skied to me or ran up the mountain.
Or you got a stretcher, a ski stretcher.
I think he carried me. I'm pretty sure, because I was all of like 90, 85 pounds.
Well, you're probably on the bunny slope then or something, because he couldn't have run up the mountain.
Or snowmobiled, probably.
Oh, yeah. So then you got down. You didn't go to the doctor. Dad's like, just put ice on it.
Poor Rob. He had to get the snowmobile for me one time, too.
It had to be like over there on one of those smaller runs. But still, I flew through the air. So there was some major drop anyway.
Yeah.
So he gets me, carries me to the car, and I'm just crying, and I'm like so much pain. And he's like, he packs ice. He takes his hands and he grabs ice from the ground, and he packs it on my knee, and just says, "Don't move." And then he went and got all the rest of the family, and I was just laying there crying in the car by myself with my Yemi in the front seat, and my leg was up on the dash with snow packed on it. And they never took me to a doctor. And so to this day, I cannot, when you sit with your legs back,
He never took you to the doctor. We all have those stories too. Like,
Wait,
Jill, we're all twisting ankles. Oh, you'll be fine. Rub some mud
Vicks
on it.
Yeah.
And Mitzi's ears.
Oh, yeah, my surgeries, my ears,
Yeah.
and tonsils.
I didn't believe in going to the doctor. It was what? Eat an apple.
Well, he didn't have or any health insurance on us, being self-employed.
Yeah.
Probably not.
So, you also like banged your knee in the back of Grandpa's Suburban, in the late 70s?
Okay, so
cut her leg.
Afton were in the back trunk, and we're going on a Saturday or Sunday day drive out to look for some land that Grandpa Chet had bought. And so the three of us are in the trunk of a Suburban, and there's a metal red gas can that usually, I guess, Grandpa said was strapped.
Usually strapped, yeah.
But it wasn't. So he slammed on the brakes, or Dad slammed on the brakes, whoever was driving. The gas can comes over to my lower, right above my ankle, and slits it about 7 inches into a gaping wound.
All rusting. You didn't go to the hospital then either?
So there was a hospital. They somehow called and found out there was a hospital about half hour away. So they were holding it, like they put me up in the middle seat, and somebody was holding a cloth, like somebody's shirt. On I remember someone took a shirt off, and they're holding it to keep the blood from gushing out. Took me to an ER, and I'll never forget. It was like the olden days in this all right room, white sheets. My arms were under the sheets, really super tight, like strapped down. I was awake. A big old light over my head, and a surgeon in all white. And he says, "Okay, I'm going to numb this, and then you'll feel some pressure, but I'm going to really numb it." And I just watched him pull the needle and the thread up as he sewed.
Oh, you saw that, huh?
Yeah, I watched it. So I got like this 8-inch, and then there's a gouge of my skin taken out.
And how old were you then?
8, 9, 10.
So I think I was like 5 or 6 and jumping off Grandpa's like old stone fireplace with big lava rocks. And I like fell back, slipped back, and hit my head. And I said, "Mom, my head hurts." And I was just bleeding everywhere.
Oh, gosh.
They had to mummy me down too to put stitches on the top of my head.
Yes.
So
yes. Wow.
I didn't get any stitches, but I think it was surgeries for me. I was just a surgery kid.
Yeah.
But
with your ears.
No stitches. I remember watching all you guys and being like scared. You'd throw Jill and Debbie over the balcony.
Oh yeah, those were good memories.
And
our balcony in Ginger Creek.
Everybody splitting their heads open and everything, and I just was scared. Like I was like protective of myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing that I accidentally did to Jill is when I was babysitting all of you one night, she kept running around the table, her and Debbie, and running, chasing each other around the table, and they're in their little pajamas. And I kept saying, "Stop it, settle down, stop it." And they wouldn't. And they just kept going around the table in front of me, and I'm just sitting there on the couch in front of the couch table. So finally, I stick my leg out to stop Jill. And somehow, like the fireplace wasn't too far over. So that couch must have been pretty close to that ledge, that marble ledge of that fireplace that we would sit on and stand on. And so all of a sudden she goes flying and hits her, she must have been going so fast, and hits her eyebrow right on the corner of the marble bottom of the fireplace.
Oh yeah, that huge marble slab that we had there.
Yes, that we would stand on and sit on. So it slit her eyebrow, tried to like somehow call, I don't know, Dad must have had some kind of, one of those big old block phones. Because I remember somehow, or maybe we had to wait. So then they had to rush her to the ER and get her eyebrow stitched.
Well, yeah, and she had that also in Buckingham. I think you were doing, what was that called when you would lay back, put us on your legs, and flip us over you? Sort of like a Superman thing, but and I remember her hitting, we had those office chairs that were all metal and had
that's
like.
where I have my scar.
Oh, Jill's in.
Jill's
I
in.
invited Jill in. Jill, you have a scar?
On my eyebrow.
Yeah, but that's from Buckingham, I think.
It's from that metal
I remember you having to go get stitches for that one.
It tripped over Wendy's leg. We were all dancing to ABBA.
Jill, and how you and Debbie were running around the coffee table, and I'm sitting on the couch right in front of the coffee table, and you girls won't quit running around it.
No,
So
I'm pretty sure there was malicious intent. You tripped me on purpose.
Well, yeah, with Wendy. Wendy has a short fuse.
Yeah, Jill was listening, so she heard your story.
Wendy,
I'm always
she
listening.
that,
in the story.
but
I'm lucky to be alive.
Then.
Yeah, Jill, you're the fifth child. Welcome.
Yeah.
Hello.
We wanted to have your own podcast so you could tell us some stories, but
well, we can go into another one.
If you guys pay me, I get paid for my time.
You do?
Yeah.
So this is a privilege for us to hear
We'll give you $5. That's $5
well,
good?
the trauma I've endured from this family, yeah, I should get paid at least in chocolates or something.
Okay.
Yeah, chocolates work.
Those Dubai chocolates are good.
Only the good stuff.
Well, those Dubai chocolates that I had from Zach and Vanessa's were to die for, so I'll give you some of those.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt Wendy talking about her story.
About Wendy having a short fuse, and we all better watch out.
Oh, sorry, I'm trying to do some sound effects.
What is the applause?
We've got 4 people in here. What are you doing sound effects for?
Okay, so Jill, what were you saying?
ADD much?
We were talking about scars and incidences and how I'm lucky to be alive from being thrown over balconies and stuff.
Well, what about Robert hatcheting with the axe, the bathroom door, after he was chasing me and I barricaded myself in the bathroom?
Well, now in Rob's defense, you were telling all of us, let's tell mom and dad that he did this and he did that.
Well, you would call Rob names
I felt bad
all the
for
time.
Him. Yeah.
Yes, I did. Yes,
And
I
see,
did.
because of Wendy and Rob and the whole mom and dad giving up on us younger 3 because they were too exhausted to raise any more children. By the time I was in high school, like I hear their stories of these wild parties and the stuff they got away with. I couldn't have a hair out of place in high school.
That's because you were with Terry. That's
But-
the problem.
But Dad just didn't have it. He didn't have anything left for, well, I don't know, because Debbie got away with stuff. There was something about me being seen as similar to Mom. I just wasn't liked, and they just wanted me gone.
Well, Jill, I feel the same way.
But I didn't do anything. I wasn't a bad kid, but it's like I could never do anything right.
It's true. You did look exactly like the spitting image of Mom. So living with Dad and a stepmom was
minus
not in
the
your
religion.
advantage.
I didn't follow him around with the Bible. I didn't even talk about religious. I wasn't on some higher moral high ground nonsense.
Well, I think he was resentful for us younger 3. And the only reason why Debbie was treated somewhat okay, because she's got her torture stories from.
But she was a people pleaser. She knew how to play that game.
People pleaser, but they wanted her to be a sister for Danielle. So yeah, Jill and I were sort of like.
Even though I'm the one that drove Debbie and Danielle places and piano lessons, got people.
Yeah, there's some childhood trauma with that. I think divorce alone is just like causes so much mental trauma.
Yeah, but when you're treated like you shouldn't even be you're a nuisance, and you better work constantly for.
You're not liked, even though you're not doing anything bad or wrong, and it did create, I think, a lot of like resentment. And I don't really care now, but I do
Well,
get
you
triggered
do.
from you guys, where I have to block
Well,
everybody.
Jill, what I don't understand is if we're all in the same boat, why not just listen? I understand the issues with dad, or even mom, but all of the
You guys
siblings
all
are in the
flip
same
flop.
boat.
You guys are. I'm the only daughter, the only sister that was never daddy. I never called our dad daddy. I just think that's.
I didn't either. I never called him daddy. You
you
ever call
guys,
him daddy?
No, that's
you
Wendi.
guys all want to be the golden child, and
No,
maybe
Jill, see, this is where it gets unfair that you put us all in the
wasn't
same
Just
aware.
boat.
I didn't
Wendi.
need
In
that.
Wendy's defense, Wendi, don't you think you and Dad were the closest?
Yes, and I was the oldest, and he
And
made
Debbie.
me be in charge of everything all the time, and I was a people pleaser. I'm a natural born
See,
people pleaser.
I'm not a people pleaser. I feel like all of you women have that, and I just don't have that in my wiring.
Well,
It
Jill,
seems
we're not all the
like
same
that.
person, so it's not fair to say that.
No,
Maybe
and
we all
that's
have people
fine.
pleasing.
I've always accepted you guys and been like, you do you, but don't start coming at me because I'm not operating and responding to our parents the same way you would have.
No, nobody does come at you, Jill. You're the one that sends us texts of hate and.
When I call out our parents, you guys all come at me. Don't say that about my mother, or don't talk to
Well,
my
Jill,
dad.
because it's just a little
That's
old.
so
It's
goofy.
because we are so old, and we've all said
There's
what we
really
need to
no
say.
excuse. There's really
Huh?
no excuse.
Hey Jill, how about if we end Wendy's podcast and then you can jump on with Mitzi and I? You want to do that?
That's fine if Wendy's okay with
Okay.
that. I
All
didn't
right.
come
So
to like
Wendy,
pick Wendy out.
I had a lot more to say, so I'll have to do part 2.
Well, it's just
Okay.
Afton tries to keep these at 30 minutes, and it's at 40. And so
Well-
I'm saying just let it keep running.
well, no,
I don't
because
think
we
it's any
lose
big
our
deal.
audience when we have different.
You never know if they're gonna get me again, Wendy. So they probably
Right.
should.
So yeah, because we've been trying to get Jill on here for a long time.
Actually, so yeah, we're gonna hang up with Wendy. Wendy, any last nuggets of wisdom to give to our listeners?
No, I always say what Jill doesn't like. Just forgive and let's move forward.
Yeah, the whole forgiveness thing
There's been
makes
so
me
much
want
trouble.
to
It's my
slap
last
people.
thing I will say.
Okay. All right. And we appreciate you sharing some childhood memories with us. We didn't really talk about our current midlife. You did share all of your children and what they're doing. So
I want to
was
go
nice.
over what drugs you think work and what don't, but that could be another episode.
Like Adderall,
because we're always trying different
Lyrica,
stuff. Yeah.
for things.
All right, girls, you all have fun. I love you all.
Love you.
All right, love you.
Thanks, Wendell.
And thanks for hanging out in the middle of everything with us, where we stir the pot from both sides.
Ta-ta. On to Jill next. Stay on,
Okay.
Jill.
All right. See you later.
Can I just ask for some